God, I'm going to watch this back, and it's going to be so embarrassing. Yay, I can't wait. I hope more people will come. I hope it's more than 70. Yo, anyone here? Yes, bring me more people. Are we too early? I know. I will survive because I got all my life, and I've got a life to give. The world, Galabagoo, Duran, Invisible, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. High five. I can't believe you're here. I just told you I was going live. Like, I commented back, like, I don't know, not long ago. But I'm happy you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here by the divine order of the Nerd Shelf. Am I lighting okay? I changed it up. By the divine order of the Nerd Shelf, we are here to talk about everything of nerd. That includes Power Rangers. I don't know why I'm introducing myself. Why am I introducing? I'm back. Remember me? The Dad. Of course. I remember all of you guys. I even remember Potato. The Dad, High Five, Yammy, Trift. All you guys. Welcome back. I've got the Hammer of Justice, a.k.a. Jonathan, a.k.a. I don't know why that light does that. I think it's a little trick of the light. Getting the belt in the thing. We got, well, you know, I am the World Heavyweight Champion. I've also got my belts up here now, which I got to show you guys all that. I got my other belts here. Got a bunch of belts with me today. I made a few videos with championship belts around me because I'm the world mother effing champion. The light are dark. What? I'm just kidding, but I don't understand. Hi, I'm sorry I forgot the last two. Well, don't worry, Dad, because there were no last two. Last Wednesday, I actually was in AEW's Dynamite. They came to Philadelphia, so I was there. And the Wednesday before that, I don't know what I did. I did something. But I completely forgot to go live. I got to get back on the ball. I got to get back on the ball. And what I'm thinking is, if I wear a belt, when people, look at this one. You guys, if anybody knows what this is, yeah, without looking at it, can anyone tell me what, well, that's kind of dumb. Without telling me the brand of this belt, does anyone know, all right, I'll give you the letters, but does anyone know what wrestling promotion this is from? This is a real belt. All right, you could beat Conor McGregor with those belts. I sure can. He's running for like president or something. Sorry, I'm petit belate. No, you are good, Jammy. I gave almost little notification about all this stuff. But today we're talking about Superman. We're talking about Fantastic Four. We're talking about Batman. I got a lot of Batman opinions. I had a video do pretty well, and a lot of Batman opinions on whether or not it should be the same actor. I really don't know. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys have to say about this. I think they should choose an actor who is a nobody. Anyway, let's read some comments here. I've scrolled too quick. Did you see the new Marvel Rivals? I saw Daredevil. And I haven't played in a minute. I played the Battlefield 6 beta for a while, and then I stopped. And then I haven't been on in a fortnight. I will get back on. But again, if anybody could tell me what promotion this is without reading into it. Wait, technically you're doing this Thursday because it's midnight and it says Wednesday, so it's Thursday live. Where I am, it is Tuesday and it is 6 p.m. So you may be across the pond. I'm from Antarctica. People live there. Now penguins have 5 grams of sugar. 5G connectivity. That's pretty sick. What's up, penguin? Are you the penguin? Like the bad guy? Are you the villain? I don't want no trouble. At last, unknown comic book nerds back. Marvel Rivals. WWE, man. No! This is not WWE. That's not even technically WWE. This is... I'll bring it into so you can see it without the glare. That's a little something called WWF. And this is Ring of Honor. Superman is peak. Yes, he is. Superman was divine. I'm still a Henry Cavill guy. I like how he was directed by Max Snyder. This is absolute cinema. I actually wanted to make a meme of that in my next video. Batman's rich, though. Yes, he is. Very rich. Please let me know if you're going to play the new... Yeah, I'll probably play the new season when I decide to play video games again. You're from Italia. I was just there. Beautiful place. I went to several different cities. Very good. very good time. Is the belt from... no, I don't know who that is. Who's Tad? I don't think we'll be able to be there the whole live. It's okay, Dad. I'm just happy you're... Apparently, I'm speaking American Italian. I'm just happy. It's 11:04 p.m. Damn, Yami, you're staying up late on the live. I appreciate you. David Korn could have been more buff. I appreciate you saying just Korn. Just David Korn. Yeah, I agree. But the suit made up for that. But Henry Cavill is still, like, he's that dude. Because in Superman, like, the animated series, he's massive. But in, you know, like, Christopher Reeves was not big. And I don't think Superman was, like, a big, bulking guy. So there's different iterations of it. Do you think Superman will make an appearance in Peacemaker Season 2? I would say no. But James, I don't know. Like, big superheroes appearing in the, like, shows? That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. I would hope so. I think that'd be a really cool appearance. Especially... Well, wait, no, he did. Well, I'm not going to spoil anything. Kinda. He was kinda in it. I have an opinion on that, but I don't want to ruin it for everybody. Oh, I do not speak Espanol. I don't know Italian very well. Oh, it's Italian. Grazie mille. Prego, prego. That's all I know. I'm impressed by how many Marvel actors were in the new Superman. Yeah. It feels like if you're just an actor, you're just in superhero films now. That's kind of a problem. Anthony Mackie goes into that a little bit more in depth. But yeah, it's a thing to where it's like it's just like all actors, like even Robert Redford reprised a role in like Captain America. He reprised his role in Avengers Endgame from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. So like, yeah, you even have like big actors that are in this stuff now. It's like Hollywood's dead. So yeah, they're everywhere now. I don't know what to say. I must say the most random thing that happened today. Let's hear it. I don't care what gender you are, put on the main dress. That is, I almost choked on water. Gotta go. See you, Yam. I will be here. Trift, I actually don't know. But yeah. So it's interesting. Like, the actors that go across DC and Marvel are so far and wide. Because they're just the same actors in everything. Guys, do you know what this belt is? And don't tell me Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. Do you guys know what this belt is called? And I don't want to hear no Cody Rhodes belt. This is before that time. Although it doesn't have the right logo. I wish it had the right logo. Do you think Spider-Man No Way Home was kind of nonsensical and illogical? Absolutely. 100%. I think it made zero sense. You could tell that the movie was built around what other Spider-Man were in that movie. Sorry, I can't speak today. What other Spider-Man were in the movie, which was the crowning achievement. Like, I'll watch the movie a billion times if I get back to that part. And the villains, like Green Goblin and Doc Ock. But the movie itself made zero sense. Like, Doctor Strange being, like, the master and the Sorcerer Supreme and just, like, messing up a spell. Like, something so serious and, like, not being able to have full control over the situation really didn't sit right with me. The movie made no sense, and it was quite illogical. I agree. Teddy Roosevelt, does the belt belong to him because he was a boxing champ? I'm sure he has a belt, but he's not this champion because I'm this champion. And I'm that champ. I'm that champ. What was your reaction of seeing Henry Cavill as Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine? Oh, it was awesome. And it was kind of expected, but it was great. The Calverine. I loved it. It was awesome. When do you think the first Spider-Man 4 trailer will be released? Probably, I want to say January, because the movie's coming out mid-next year. So I want to say, like, next, I'm probably going to say, like, next January, February. I think we can confidently get a new trailer for Spider-Man, which I have a video coming out. I think it just came out 9 minutes ago, and it's about how Jackie Chan, like, one of the best choreographing, that's not a word, one of the best action fighting stars in all of cinema, his team is working on Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I think we'll get a lot of good fighting scenes. I'm just saying random things. All good, Dad. Also, Spider-Man can't beat Doctor Strange with some geometry knowledge, no sense. Yes. Spider-Man is way stronger than we all know he's stronger than we think in the comics. But yeah, no one. Doctor Strange is the most overpowered being like out of all the Avengers, and Scarlet Witch. But yeah, it made no sense to me. It didn't make any sense. It is a bit silly. The Spider-Man movie was. Yep. What's your take on the Snyder cut? So before I want to say that I watched Superman, then I watched Batman versus Superman, then I fed right into the Snyder cut. So for me, I was watching it in succession of each other. So I really appreciated it, but I liked the Snyder cut, but poor actors, poor choices, really poor dialogue. And don't even get me started on Flash, but it's good. But I wouldn't say anything other than Superman, Man of Steel in the whole DCU is great. I liked it because of the circumstance I was watching it in, I would say. They made Doctor Strange look like a beginner in sorcery. Yeah, and they do often. He's not. Yeah, that's why I think we in What If we get like not sorcerer, like different versions of Doctor Strange to involve you in the multiverse a bit more, because you will get someone more powerful than him. He will meet someone more powerful than him. I mean, he kind of already has. With all the original Fox X-Men movies, what do you think Marvel X-Men will be called? Probably X-Force, or maybe not X-Force, but like, that's a good question. I think they're just going to rebrand X-Men. I don't think they're going to make a new team, because new teams don't really work unless they play into like some sort of future storyline. Because when we got Fantastic Four, it was called Fantastic Four First Steps. Well, that was based off a comic. And like, they're still the Fantastic Four, I guess. I hate Ezra Miller. Grant Gustin could have done. Oh yeah, Grant Gustin was a great pick for Flash. Ezra Miller is horrendous. Like him, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller. I liked Ben Affleck as Batman a lot, but he's too big of a star, and I couldn't get past that he was Batman, and his dialogue was atrocious. So, Henry Cavill, and I can't remember the guy's name who played Prototype, but he was good. And while we're on the topic, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the guy's name who played Aquaman. Momoa looked like Aquaman, but horrible acting. I'm not a big Momoa guy either. Just horrible casting all around, except for Ben Affleck. But again, didn't hit the mark. The other colors of the light behind me, then you can go back to whatever you want. I have this one a perfect blue. If you guys haven't noticed, if you watch my channel, I now have a theme more of my channel. I like to keep it blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. For that reason. So I, keep it blue, because I'm the Nerd Shelf, and we're blue and yellow. But coming up is Halloween, so I am going to make some more themed videos that have some cooler colors, so stay tuned. But for now, she stays blue. Let's see. Snyder Cut, it's bloated. It's bloated. Snyder Cut is bloated, and the dialogue is just info dumping too much. Good film. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, it's massively flawed, primarily from the dialogue itself. But again, I couldn't get past Ben Affleck, and I couldn't get past Gal Gadot. I couldn't get past most actors, but it could have been better. The dialogue just fumbled the whole bag. Can you talk about the Zombies trailer and how the theory of the X-Men mutants are going to be on the raft? That's good news. I haven't seen it yet, TBH. But it sounds cool. I watched Snyder Cut for Justice League a long time ago. He literally stripped away all of the comedy and made it way too serious. Yeah, and then The Flash made it too funny. There's no winning. There's just no winning. Just star like Pedro Pascal as everything, and we'll be in a good spot. General Thunderbolt, I can never say this. General Thunderbolt Ross in prison. The mutants before means they were in the MCU the entire time. Maybe. Multiversal travel. Oh my God, you guys are leaving fat comments. That's weird. Do you think the Avengers Doomsday trailer would drop in post-credit scene in Spider-Man 4 like the Doctor Strange 2 trailer was in No Way Home? No. Well, maybe, because Spider-Man is arguably one of the biggest titles in the MCU. So that's a good question. I hope that, I think they're going to still play into like the post-credit scene stuff. I don't know if we'll get it directly after that, especially not a full trailer, but we'll definitely get a hint, just like we did at the end of Thunderbolts, which I loved. I loved that movie, actually. Everybody talks about the main Justice League members, but nobody talks about how Jason Momoa and I completely forgot about the guy that played Cyborg. We're doing, yeah, I mean, they were. I actually liked the actor who played Cyborg. I'm blanking on his name, but yeah, everyone else was cast really bad. They didn't even do a good job with Darkseid. He didn't talk enough and have a good enough voice. They could have done what James Gunn does, can relatively... Yes, okay, yes, I just made a video about this, and this is what I appreciate. Cast relatively unknown actors who can actually act, and the stardom doesn't take away... Man, you have great opinions, because they're all in line with mine. Yeah, I just had a few different videos come out, and I have another one coming out soon, about relatively unknown actors. And I just commented on somebody on YouTube was, look at Band of Brothers. If you've ever seen Band of Brothers, there's a ton of big stars in that. Michael Fassbender is one. Tom Hardy is another one. Massive stars. The guy who played, oh my gosh, I can't remember the one sergeant. He just directed Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody and James McCoy, is that his name? McAvoy. James McAvoy is in the movie. There's a ton of huge actors. And you didn't know, and you never looked at them and said, oh, that's Venom. No, you looked at him and said, oh, that's a young private who's learning his way through the war. Yeah, it didn't overshadow it, and I appreciate stuff like that. So I really appreciate your opinion. It's a good one. Can you say in the JFK Can you say in a JFK voice, I don't care the gender you put on? What is that? Why do you keep making me say it? The guy who played Cyborg really made it seem like an emo depressed here. Yeah. Pedro Pascal predicts the doll. Yeah. Pedro Pascal's good in everything. And I'm not even like on the train. Like I hate commercially viable like actors like Chris Pratt and a few others. They're like in everything and you're like, all right, you're not good at everything. Pedro Pascal is good at everything. He's in Star Wars, he's in Marvel, he's in DC. And I'm missing stuff. He's in, not Left 4 Dead. What the heck's the damn, you guys know what I mean. The zombie stuff. He's in everything. Why am I blanking so much today? He's in so much, and he's good in everything, which is a huge difference. I hope James Gunn makes the Authority film from the DC Wildstorm comics. I'm not familiar with that one, but tell me about it, because I would love a more direct adaptation from the comic books with less input necessarily. What's better for Hollywood? Well, unless it's like, you know, old and like racist. Cyborg's actor is named Ray Fisher, I think. I wouldn't know. I don't remember. But thank you. Who would win, Blue Beetle versus Ant-Man? Probably, well, Ant-Man, because you can never catch him. Although Blue Beetle is really, really sick. Ant-Man for sure. Yep. Yep. Because I think Hunter Schafer should have been Zelda. Pedro was the Viper or something in Game of Thrones. Yeah! Game of Thrones, DC, Marvel, Mandalorian, so Star Wars. Gosh, he's in so much other stuff. Like, he's in everything. And why am I blanking on the darn show that he's in? Not the zombie thing. Why am I blanking on what that is? Someone help me, please. A lot of blanking today. Can't help it. Yo, Sick, that thing on your shoulder, I noticed it only now. Oh, yeah. You know why? You should have noticed it earlier, because I'm the gosh darn world heavyweight champion. Actually, I'm the dual heavyweight champion, because I have 2 world heavyweight belts next to me. I also have my tag team belt right up there. I'm a belt collector. Belt collector. Say with me, belt collector. I think Grant Gustin would be the DCU Flash because of the official. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Well, Brandon Sklenar was also photographed in the gym, saying this was like the biggest role of a lifetime. So there's a lot of things that could be happening. Can you please talk about how Pedro Pascal's sister, Lux Pascal, should be in more stuff? I do not know her. I did not know does he have like a sister who acts? I don't know. The Last of Us. Thank you, high five. I needed that. I really was having a brain fart. Complete brain fart. Brain fart. I was just so confused to see Maradona as a Marvel hero. Marduna? Am I saying it right? I'm so used to seeing him in Cobra Kai. Yeah, it's weird when you see like someone come from like some like X to or A to B or X to Y. It's weird, and sometimes you can't get past it, which is why Ben Affleck is the Batman, the best Batman in live action, but the worst. Captain Holt would not call that belt. He would call that a girdle. Oh, man. Rest in power, Captain Holt. Man, I love his character. It's so funny. Like, Andy Samberg and the team did him so well because he was always... You can watch any movie, and he's, like, the captain and everything, and he's always, like, very stern. And then to have him be a goof, I personally think that's the best role he's ever been in. And I think most people would probably agree. Did you watch the Peacemaker series? So, no. I'm a big wrestling fan, obviously. I'm a big John Cena guy. But I didn't watch the first Peacemaker because when it came out, DCU sucked. And then it ended up being so good. And I got so caught up with other things. And I just never watched it. And then the second season's out now. And I'm not a big fan of, like, James Gunn holding on to, like, other characters and mixing it. I really wish he would start fresh. But no, I have not watched it yet. See you later, did add. I thought Lex Luthor was I thought Lex Luthor was that stereotypical bad guy in the movies. Well, I mean, he is. What about Preacher starring Dominic Cooper? No, I have not, but I've seen Reacher. Does that count? Does it sound similar enough? Hi, can we talk about how he was serious captain but would turn into a 4-year? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Guys, you just gave me a really good idea for a video that I'm going to make and I'm going to post on this channel, LFG. James Gunn reusing characters and blending different universes from the old DC. That's my next video. Well, maybe not my next video, but that's going to be one of my next videos because I think it's goofy. Can we talk about how... Oh, yeah, you just said that. He played the same character in Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. I can't believe Captain... Yeah, that's right. I just watched that, but I just rewatched it. I've seen them a bunch. But yeah, you're right. That's when he's, like, talking down to Reed. And Reed's like, yeah, while you were sitting there being the leader of your football team, I was reading and becoming one of the best minds of this world and have a hot wife, or whatever he said. I just watched it. Very good scene. Probably the best scene in that movie, in my opinion. In my opinion. No, Preacher is totally different. It's on HBO. A lot of people don't know Preacher even exists. No, I didn't. But I just finished Band of Brothers on HBO, which I keep talking about because I love the darn show. I'm a big military guy. And I don't really talk about it on here because it's not really like the bag of which I would normally make videos on. So I'm really big into that right now. Sorry, I can't stop going back to that. I'm even listening to like podcasts about it. I'm hooked. Bro, I think failed geometry test. It's all good. You got him next time. I fail geometry all the time. I hate it. I'm not good at math. Is Galactus a little small in comparison to how big he could be in Fantastic Four First Steps? I think he could have been bigger. I agree. I think the problem that Marvel has is like power. Well, they have a few different problems. This being one of them. They did Dormammu well, but they put Doctor Strange right in front of him in space. Having to have Galactus walk through a city and him being barely taller than some skyscrapers, well, he was a lot bigger then, but like he should be the size of like a planet. He should be like staring down with one eye, looking down at like the Fantastic Four. But I think they had to size him down a bit to be relative to the, for the movie. Yes, Galactus is absolutely tiny. Yes, he's supposed to be eating planets and moons. Yes, see, you guys said it all before me. What do you think of us getting a Superman sequel so soon? I think James Gunn is doing good, but I think there's some stuff that I'm not in love with, and that is one of them. However, I think I'm also just a little biased because of Superman, or because of the MCU. I don't know why it's Superman. Because of the MCU, because I'm so accustomed to the way that they operate that I'm like, oh my gosh, you're throwing too much at the thing already. Like, why go into another It is interesting. Why go into another Superman when you could build the darn lanterns first, which you will. But, yeah, it's interesting. But I also think I'm just biased. So, I go back and forth with what I would prefer in that regard. Please tell me you've seen Daredevil Born Again. No, it's on my list. Because he's supposed to be this god person, this mammoth person. Earth is supposed to be his pebble, but story matters, I guess. Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh, put this one the wrong way. What do you think is the best Marvel quote, or at least your favorite? Dad said the best weapon what's the Tony Stark one? The best weapon you have to fire is the one you'll have to fire once. Or no, I forget. It's the Tony Stark one with the missile. What? It's that one. No, I'm lying. I'm trying to think of something that's more not as common, but let's be honest, it's Avengers Assemble. When Captain America built up after 10 years and you waited for Avengers Assemble, that got me not when I first saw it, but I've seen the movie a million times. Tear up every time I hear it. If you put it on right now, I'll be tearing up. Avengers Assemble, that's it. That's the one. Could you either make him ginormous? Yeah. Or somehow, yeah, I don't think they will. It has to be relative to the superheroes. David Daddy Cornsweat. Also, I think Superman movies have always had relatively unknown actors cast. Superman is one of the characters who can carry himself. He did not need a big actor. List a couple of really bad movies that you like. Anyway, so the first comment, I 100% agree. Wholeheartedly. I don't like when they cast big actors in big roles that don't need it. Now, let's be honest here, the MCU was different. Iron Man, everyone knows Iron Man and Captain America, and they were big, but DC has always towered over them. I mean, look at Six Flags Great Adventure. It's all DC. Look at Backpacks as a kid. It's all of DC and Spider-Man and the Hulk, and that's it. So to start off the MCU with something like Iron Man, and to have not an underground actor, but someone who was in his redemption arc, such as Robert Downey Jr., that was necessary. And Chris Evans was a name, but he wasn't massive. Amongst others, Mark Ruffalo was a rom-com star, for the most part. These guys were not blockbuster household big names, so they fit. And then there's look at Elizabeth Olsen. No one knew who she was before she donned the character. They take a lot of pride in who they pick, and I think James Gunn is just I'm gonna say it. Nathan Fillion is Green Lantern. Nah, he was so funny, but he didn't look the part. He's an older guy, and he's tall, and he just didn't look the part. He didn't look like Guy Gardner. And I love Nathan Fillion to the end of the earth, and I love when he voices Hal Jordan, amongst others. But him in live action as Guy Gardner was definitely fan service. And I think James Gunn is catering a bit too much to fan service, which inherently, doesn't make the movies as good over time. In the moment, yes. I watched That's My Boy this weekend. It's Adam Sandler's that dude. Bro's forgetting about how the big X-Men was. And did you know that nobody knew? Yeah, Hugh Jackman was in Plays and a few other things. But yeah, even I'm forgetting the guy's name who plays Cyclops. But other than Halle Berry and the guy who played Beast, none of the original X-Men were big names. They didn't need it. And I think that's what James Gunn is missing the mark on. But again, I'm also a big MCU guy, and I'm biased, maybe a little for in the MCU. Elizabeth Olsen, yep. Got you on that. Fillion point. He just was a massive mismatch. Yeah. And like I said, dude's hilarious. When he's talking, when he's doing that voice, he's like, I like this guy. He's in, because he names it something funny, or he agrees with the name. But he just didn't fit the mold at all. Hawk Girl was perfect. But yeah, Nathan Fillion, loved the guy, but that didn't fit. David Cornsweat fit well. And the guy who played Mr. Terrific, also a perfect match. He was also in X-Men First Class. Fun fact. But yeah, I can't wait for the Lantern show, man. I think the Green Lantern Corps is so underdeveloped in live action, and honestly in animation too. There always seem to be There always seem to be like weaker. And I like that Nathan Fillion's character, at least Guy Gardner, would like step up to Superman, and they made Superman a little bit weaker in this film. But yeah, I really want the Green Lantern Corps to like be someone. I want to see bigger things from them. Have you seen Nathan Fillion in The Rookie? Yes, I have. And he's good in it. It comes up on my TikTok and my Reels all the time, and my YouTube Shorts, all the time. And I think he's good. Like I said, he's great in most things that he does. So you don't blame James Gunn for liking him as much as he does. The guy who played Mr. Terrific was a character in X-Men who wasn't supposed to die because he can't, but he did. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, but the mutant that killed him was a lot more powerful. I mean, and he can die. I think he just had he has like that brick shield. I can't remember the character's name, but his mutant power didn't stop him from death. Like if he was not in that form, I think he could still die. But that's not how he died. So whatever. But I totally understand what you're saying. But yeah, he died pretty easily, and he was an awesome character. But now he is Mr. Terrific, which is of much more of a higher prowess and, in a better spot. Bro, he won't watch anything you recommend him. I've been trying to get him to watch Cyber, Punk, and Kaiju number 8 for the longest time. High five. You call me out on my own stream? Really? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm a busy guy, and it's very hard to watch stuff, and there's so much stuff, and there's a lot. But I will say this, and I want to make it loud and clear. He hasn't watched Cobra Kai either. No, I have not. Well, I haven't watched everything. But the reason you guys don't see me coming on here yip-yapping about everything like most content creators do is because I'm not here for, just to make a bag, which I don't. I'm not monetized. But I'm not here to do that. I'm here to talk about what I love and be a part of a community that loves those things as well. So I don't know everything. I don't watch everything. But the things that I do watch and the things that I do pay attention to, I'm in the nitty gritty. Eyes are glued. So no, can't get to everything. And I live a busy life outside of YouTube too, which that's conversation for another time. But that's kind of the reason why. But how dare you, High Five, call me out on my own stream. In DC lore, Mr. Terrific is the third smartest person on Earth. So in DC, who are the first two? I have an idea, but I'm curious who your first two are. You should service your fans. Come on, man. I'm getting called out. You should be paid. Yeah, I should be paid to put up with all... No, I'm just kidding. I can't watch everything, guys. Remember, I go to school, got a full-time job, and I do YouTube, and amongst other things that I'm not going to mention. But, there's a lot going on in life. Can't sit around and watch everything. But Erebos, you have good opinions. You have good opinions. Why won't your chat let me give you money? I can't give you anything on here. I appreciate that very much, but I don't think at this time I would ever feel comfortable taking money from any of you guys. Like I said, it's a community. I want to talk to you guys. I want to engage with you guys. I don't think I have that unlocked yet to do like super chats or anything, but even so, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable taking money from anybody. I just want to be here. I want to be here. I want to be present with you guys. But yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, I know I need to watch Daredevil Born Again. And I know that I need to... Listen, I started Band of Brothers again, and I couldn't get away from it. And I love that thing. But what I will say I should do is I need to watch Peacemaker. Because it's like it really is just like the Deadpool of the DC universe to me. But season 2's coming out. I got to get on there. I'm a John Cena guy anyway. I need to do my homework. Just maybe after the stream, I will go watch Peacemaker Episode 1, Season 1. Answer the question. What was the question? Why won't your chat... I did answer the question. Oh, what did you ask about Elizabeth Olsen? What? How? But oh boy, Elizabeth, have you been? When did you ask something about Elizabeth Olsen? Ask it again. The one I asked about Elizabeth, yeah. Answer the question. I don't know the question. You guys are ganging up on me. I feel attacked on this stream. I show up. I haven't been here in a while, and you guys are grilling me. That's okay. Oh my god, look, I have SpongeBob shorts on. I forgot. I swiveled so far out of stream that you saw my SpongeBob shorts. Is Elizabeth Olsen hot, yes or no? Is she the hottest character in Marvel? Guys, you know there's a Mrs. The Nerd Shelf, right? You know I'll get in trouble if I say things yes and no. In that order of the way you asked it. Peacemaker is an awesome show, but the characters come off as too much the same. I don't know. It's James Gunn. A lot of dialogue usually. See, that's my thing with DC. It's fan service, and it's like a lot of hokiness and a lot of just like, how can we get an extra jab here and there, and less of like building it out. That is why I think Captain America: The Winter Soldier is one of the best movies in the MCU, amongst others, because it's real. It's real. It takes its time. It's directed. It's produced, obviously. But there's a lot of care in the direction and production and the cinematography and the sound design and the way it's scored. There's a lot that goes into it. And I think that's why it's so good. And then that carries in before and after the MCU. DC, Superman really did feel like a comic book movie. But that's not always the best thing in each individual second of the film. Don't worry, we won't tell your wife. Thank you. How much do I get paid to watch this live feed? Kevin Fry. Nothing. You're here for the fun of it and to be a good subscriber. Guys, go hate on Kevin Fry in the comments. Oh, Comfy Coco, what's good, brother? That's the first time I've ever said brother to anybody. Might be the last. Thank you for being here, but it didn't roll off the tongue well. Is your refrigerator running? Yes, I hope. I don't think Winter Soldier was that good. Trift, we have a problem. That is the best MCU movie in the entire MCU. But tell me why. Tell me why. Unless you already did. I want to say hi. I didn't get why. Hello, Dad. Marvel Rivals, Winter Soldier. I can't believe Kevin was here. Kevin, are you still here? That's crazy. Someone woke me up. Oh, nice. It's only been like 2 seconds. I thought you were... Yeah, that's funny. With Angela being a flying tank, he's going to be an instant pick. Is Bucky slightly older than Steve because he wasn't so deeply preserved? Because he got in and out of that hibernation thing that they put him in? Is that perhaps why Bucky can have slightly gray hair? Yeah, I mean, how long? I mean, yes. I mean, I guess he ages... We don't know how long he was out of his hibernation, whatever. He could have been out for like a year at a time. So he could have aged maybe 5 or 6 more years, but then you got to remember, you know, Thunderbolts and things of that nature. A few years have passed since Avengers Endgame in 2018. Or what year was it in the end? Oh, maybe not. Because I think that ended in technically 2023, I think. So yeah, I mean, he definitely aged. I think he is technically... with or without the cryo freeze, probably like 10 years older than Steve, I would guess. We don't really know how long he was out of the cryogenic whatevers. It's nice to see you on live. Comfy, what's good? Happy to be here, and I'm happy you're here. Something woke you up. What happened? Thunderstorm? Tornado? A good old-fashioned Midwest tornado? Captain America: The Winter Soldier is overhyped. No. I do not think it is the best because it focuses too much on being serious. That's... I mean, yeah, but like, it's grounded. That's what makes it banging. And you need to have the other Avengers, or at least anyone for Black Widow and Captain America. No, there was no other big heroes in The Winter Soldier. There's just them two. Civil War was big, but the story was still wrapped around Captain America. I don't know, but Cap and the Winter Soldier just didn't really... Oh, guys, you're killing me. You're all ganging up on me. The Winter Soldier is older because he was 24. Steve was 22. Oh, yeah. What? Yeah, you're right. May I have a slice of your pizza? May I have something to eat? May I have a slice of pizza? Sorry. There's trigger words, and he said it, and then I went crazy. Mark Markerberg. That's a great name. No, Kevin. Oh, Kevin's catching flack already. May I have a slice of your pizza? Maybe I'll do more voices in this chat because he's here. What's up? I like your name. Yeah. Can you say armed and dangerous? That sounds like a song needs to follow that, like some dad rock. You're through this nightmare. I can't control my. So what if you can see? Some sort of like dad rock after that. Bro, terrific. I just realized his name. The Predator versus the Winter Soldier. The Predator. Well, the Winter Soldier if he's under, his spell, to say the least. If not, no, it's probably still Predator. Guys, you follow Bat in the Sun on YouTube? Because they do stuff like that. It's like Green Ranger versus it's everything. And they have Jason David Franklin there, and Batman versus like Darth Vader. It's some of the coolest stuff. And Batman comes out with his own lightsaber. I gotta watch that after this. After I begin Peacemaker. Depends on what species of the Predator. That's a good question. Good clarification. Do a Christian Bale Batman voice. Say Superman, come and get me. Christian Bale. Superman, come and get me. The worst Batman of all of the live action Batman. But the best Bruce Wayne. That's my opinion. I don't know why I ended it like that. Superman, come and get me. Where is she? I've been doing that since like the movies came out, since I was a wee little boy. Since I was a wee little lad. In Predator's movie, there were alpha predators hunting the lower ones. Yes, I know someone who's a big predator guy. I gotta ask his opinion. Armed and dangerous is the Winter Soldier's catchphrase. Yes, in Marvel Rivals and amongst other things. Armed and the Predator from the first Predator movie, isn't that like the biggest, strongest one? When are Soldier versus Cable? That's a good one. I would like to see Cable. I think they had. Did Bat in the Sun have a Cable? I don't think they did. Man, I realize when I'm on live, I touch my face a lot. What? The worst Batman? Yeah, the problem with the Batman is that those movies can work without being a Batman trilogy. That's how realistic it is. Stop grounding Batman. Yes. Yes. I think Batman being grounded is what makes it good for me. That's for me. That's why I don't want a blue, yellow, and gray suit. I like the grounded Batman, completely opposite of Superman. The more grounded, the better. The more gritty, the better. That's why I love Robert Pattinson so much. That's why he's right here. But yeah, Ben Affleck was the worst Batman. He just looked like a SWAT. It looked like he was wearing SWAT gear. But I would love to hear more of your opinion on the Batman SDU. Like I like the Arkham games. That's a little comic-y, but it's still like dark. I'm real into the nitty-gritty and the dark side of Batman where he doesn't emote. Jason O'Mara does like Evan Conroy's God himself, but Jason O'Mara, I really like his Bat voice because it's very simple and it really does not emote much emotions. I like that version. But that's me. Do Michael Caine Alfred asking Batman for pizza? I'm sorry. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm smiling because I know it's you. I failed you for a slice of pizza. May I have a slice of your finest pizza? That doesn't sound like him at all. I am Michael Caine. All right, I'm done. Ash Williams from The Evil Dead versus Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is going to destroy everybody. Bro, my phone keeps waking me up. That's because I'm talking through it. Named Harry. True story. The funniest part is his dad. Are you trying to get me to say something? That sounds crazy. If Ash had the chainsaw hands, maybe he'll have... Okay, question. Ghost Rider versus Kratos from the God of War. My dear boy. Pick one of those. No, it's like ringing. Ring, ring. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Sounded like a Pokemon ball. Come on. Through this nightmare. The SpongeBob shorts. Fix those bad boys. Cratod. As an artist, I'm just going to say it. If I hate drawing... Also, I wouldn't know a darn thing about that. High fivey. Because I can't read or draw. Do you watch the Pokemon episode that caused people to develop ocular nerve problems because of the strobing lights? No. What episode is that? I'm not going to go watch it, I'll tell you that. But I would love to read up on that. No, I did not know that. I would like to know more. Kratos could chop Ghost Rider with his Leviathan axe. Yeah, I haven't done a power battle in a while. I don't call them something because everyone's got a epic rap battle, power battle, superpower beatdown, which is Bat in the Sun. I don't call them anything like that. I just say versus. But Kratos versus Ghost Rider is something I would love to see. You have to know where their arms are, where the legs. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not an artiste, but from a coloring standpoint, it's probably difficult. People ended up in the hospital. Too much flashing lights with varying color. Would love to. Yeah, do you have the episode, or do you know what season or like what year? I could probably just Google ocular issues with a Pokemon, which is a funny Google search, or Bing. I like your new lights. Thank you very much. You know what I've done? Nothing different. I just leave it on blue, and I have this side light. It doesn't really make a difference here because you really can't see it, but it kind of offers like a different hue. And I changed my lighting, so now what's around me is darker, and what's on my face is lighter. So I changed up my lighting a little bit. Kind of give it a different action, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I should ask Jeeves. Why Google it? Why Bing it when you could ask Jeeves? I asked Jeeves the other day. Hey, Jeeves, how you get me a sandwich? He told me go down to 39th and 4th, you go to the Tillers. Ask Jeeves. Do you remember what happened with Verbal Ace? Wait, what happened with Verbal Ace? The beatboxer? That's a crazy pull. I had like a sleeper agent moment when you said epic rap battles, and I remembered Verbal Ace. Yeah, what happened? Are you talking about the guy? That guy? Like the beatboxer? What happened to him? I like that guy. I'll go back to sleep. Hopefully my phone doesn't wake me up. Good luck, Mr. Dad. You could get an epileptic seizure from a Pokemon episode. Dude, that's what I'm saying. What? I'll ask ChatGPT and then also Google it to fact check. Why don't you just yeah, I guess both work. ChatGPT is the way of the world now. But I'm not using it. All my thumbnails, all my videos, I don't like using it. Probably why I'm not like rich and famous yet. That's not the goal, but who doesn't like money? Richard? How do I say that? Richard? Is it fancy? Thank you. Heyo. Through these nightmares. I thought all your green screens and speeches were ChatGPT did it. My dear boy, if you would come over to see the Nerd Shelf, you would see there's nothing fake or green about me. Am I in the Dr. Seuss book? That was crazy. He was a rapper. Verbalize. You don't know what happened? No, you got to tell me what happened to Verbal Ace. Like his animated videos were fun and all. And by the way, Richard is my real name. Hell yeah, brother. Wait. Hold on, I gotta look him up. I remember he started to do animated stuff, but he spent 15,000. Is he done? I'm googling him. I'm doing a Google. Yo boy, I'm doing a Google. Verbal Ace. No, that's his pin stuff. Oh, he still posts. You've seen the epic battle. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, he still does stuff. won't even try. His animated videos were fun and all. He spent, bro spent $50 just for that. That's crazy. That's crazy talk, dog. Get out of here. Guys, you know what time it is. It's almost an hour, which means it is the full extent of this live. So ask your questions before I ask away. Like, go away. And if my comment didn't go through, just look it up. The hideaway video. Guys, I just released a video today. If you want to go check it out. It's a short one. It was pretty quick to edit. It's how Jackie Chan is going to be working on the set of Spider-Man. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing so much good stuff. I opened up my Instagram and Russo Brothers have shared a cryptic new an Avengers Doomsday. The Russo Brothers have shared a cryptic new Avengers Doomsday photo. Live. Right here. Live. What are we seeing? What does that mean? What? Voss proceeds to make 13-hour video analyzing. Hell yeah, I love new rock stars. Oh man, I want to know what that's about. Anyway, I'm gonna go share my new video to my Instagram story so you guys know it's out. Guys, if you only follow me on here, because this is where I want to be followed from. But on Instagram, I do updates. I do things to let you know what's going on in the world.
We're going to be working on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Why is this so cool, you ask? Well,
why is it so cool, you ask? Well, I'll answer that question. Just go on over and watch it. Make sure it's shared properly. Guys, I'm so close. I'm so close to 5,000. This is what you see on Instagram. See?
I'm about to hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Guys, I've not been live in a few. Jackie Chan and his team.
Guys,
Jackie Chan.
follow me on all platforms. Get closer. What would you rather eat? I'd rather eat apple juice flavored beer. That sounds delicious. Or beer flavored. Definitely not beer flavored apple juice. Apple juice flavored beer. Isn't that just cider? like Downey cider? Yeah, it's Trift, you get me. No, you can't eat juice. Well, guys, I appreciate you being here. I'm going to hop off. But go watch, like, comment, subscribe. I try to respond to all my comments within a few days. I get a lot of them. Not that many, But head on over to my channel, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, which I know a few of you, have on. I will look up the Verbal Ace situation. But thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for giving me the time of your day to listen to me yap. And I will be back on here soon. And I look forward to seeing all of you guys. Thanks for a good conversation. You guys all asked a million fun things. And I appreciate you. And I will see you on live probably next week.